Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. We are back with another video. And this one is like, hey girl, hey, where are you again? Because yesterday we talked about how we start and then we disappear, right? This one is, I'm just going to jump right into it. This one is me coming on saying, listen, you're spreading yourself too thin. You're saying yes to everybody and you're not protecting your time. You're not protecting your time, which is taking you away from focusing on your business. Now, again, this whole series this month is talking about how we need to show up for our businesses, right? We can't just expect things to flow and expect things to work if we're not working our business, right? We have to be the one, especially if this is for this is definitely for you if you are working your business by yourself. If you have a team, it's a little bit easier and it's great because you can delegate and you can have more time to focus on other things, right? But if you are a solo entrepreneur where you don't have a team, you need to protect your time. That is so important because you could spread yourself so thin and then you could be saying yes to everything. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we need to protect our time. Okay. Okay. Time is usually the first thing that business owners give away. Why is that? And I am guilty of this. I am very, very guilty of this, especially when, I have other important things to focus on. And it all comes down, I'll probably say this over and over again in my videos. It all comes down to boundaries and time management, right? We have to make sure that especially if it's something we're passionate about, we have to make time for everything in our lives, not just other people's stuff, other people's issues. You may be responsible and managing other things, but you have to make time for your business. Okay. You had this idea, this vision that came alive through you. You have to protect your time. Okay. Treating your business time as optional will show up later in the results. You're not going to see the results. Plain and simple. You're not going to see the results that you want to see if time becomes optional. I have some people that are like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. I'll check in. No, I haven't done this. I haven't done it yet. And I am guilty of this. I am guilty of saying, oh, I'm going to do this for my business. It's tax time. How many business owners are all set with their taxes? How many? How many have said that we were going to do this beforehand or have systems in place to do this, for us so that we know where we stand with our taxes? How many people have done that? How many people have done that? And if you haven't done that, what was your excuse? Were you busy doing other things for other people? Were you just distracted? Did you just keep putting it off and procrastinating and procrastinating? We have to get better at this. We have to get better with protecting our time. It is so, so important. And people say this a lot, oh, I'm busy. It's either I'm busy or I don't have time. Which one is it? Being busy, sorry for that. Being busy does not mean that you're building anything. Because what are you busy doing? Are you busy scrolling? You could be busy scrolling. You could be busy watching a show. You could be busy sleeping. I'm busy, I'm sleeping. Or, there are legitimate reasons why you're busy, but a lot of people start using that as an excuse. But being busy does not mean that you're building anything, okay? Saying yes to everything leaves you no room for your time, for your business, for yourself. Don't say yes to any and everything. I'm also guilty of this. Thank God that I have grown out of this, saying yes to everything, because you want to help people or you feel like you can do it and you know that your results are going to be great. But saying yes to everything leaves no room for growth. It just leaves room for burnout and you neglecting your business or you neglecting you. Okay. So we can't say yes to everything. Protecting your time isn't about perfection. It's about boundaries. It's about boundaries. Because half the time, let's be honest, if someone's asking you to do something, half the time we don't even want to do it. We don't even want to do it. So why say yes to something that we don't want to do? And in turn, we are taking the time away from something we actually want to do, which is either building our business, taking care of ourselves, being with family, being present, and not being on social media, not scrolling, Why do we do this to ourselves? Because most of the time we don't want to do anything that people are asking us to do. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times when, especially if it's in your wheelhouse or if it's in your area of expertise, you might want to do it. Yes. But do you have to always say yes? Absolutely not. You do not always have to say yes. Okay. So protecting time isn't about perfection, it's about setting the boundary. So, why your business needs scheduled time, not leftover time, because in the leftover time, you're not going to be fully clear on what you're doing. You're not going to have, because I find with myself, if I use my leftover time to work on my business, I end up just like putting something out just to put something out. It's not thought through. It's not something I actually want to say. I'm using Chat GPT and I'm not double checking my words. And all these things start happening when I leave that leftover time for my business instead of making time, the scheduled time to work on my business. These videos is scheduled time of me working on my business to be in a position to be a thought leader in this area for small business owners who are trying to be more visible on social media, giving you tips, not just about social media, but for you, for how you can show up for your business. But you need to schedule out that time. Okay, we have 24 hours in a day, right? We have time to spend with our families, time to spend with God if you are a believer, time to spend on your business, time to spend time with yourself and with family or friends. And that doesn't have to be every day. Every day is different. You could have a day specifically for your business. You could have a day specifically for yourself and your family. So we have the time. We just are not protecting it. We're not protecting it because we're allowing other things to come in and steal the time that we need to be protecting. So whatever we're allowing in is what we're allowing to happen in our lives. And once we start to set those boundaries, we're saying to ourselves, no, I'm going to keep this promise to myself. I'm going to work on my business today. I can help you tomorrow, or I don't have time to help you because you don't even have to tell them what you are doing. Just protect your time, protect your peace, protect your space, protect your mind, protect your time, because your business is waiting for you to show up, to thrive. And you have people out there that need to hear what you have to say. You have people out there that need what you have to offer. I didn't always think this. I did not always think this. I always thought nobody's going to want to hear what I have to say. My voice does not matter. All these thoughts in my head weren't true. That weren't true. But I started for a while to believe that until I said, you know what? No, I believe in this. I know I have something to say. I'm going to step out and I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up for my business. Now, there's lessons that have to be learned along the way, but I started to realize that I needed to protect my time, especially because this business that I'm thriving and growing, it is such a passionate thing for me. For small business owners, people who are just starting out that need a social media presence, that is what my passion is. So I had to learn this lesson very, 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 very quickly. So when you don't protect your time in the long run, everything that you purposed to do is going to start to fade. It's going to start to fade. It's not going to be beneficial for you in the long run. Plain and simple. If you don't start protecting your time, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to regret things. You're going to probably close your business or whatever it is that you're working on. And we don't want that for you, okay? We don't want that for you, okay? If you only work on your business when you feel like it will always stay stuck. I'll say that one more time. If you only work on your business when you feel like it will always stay stuck. Okay. There's going to be a lot of times where you're going to have to push past how you feel. You're going to have to push past what's going on and show up for your business and work on your business. You're not always going to feel like doing something. I don't always feel like doing these videos. But when I do them, I get so energized. There's just like this fire like ignited inside of me because I am so passionate about talking to people about these things and showing up and being consistent and believing in yourself and all those things about your business. And once we get that going, then we could talk about, okay, which platform do you want to use? Okay, do you want to start a website, or do you want to, okay, let's talk about these hashtags. Let's talk about then we can start talking about all of that, the strategy and all of that stuff. But we need to get you to a place where you are ready to thrive in your business. You're protecting your time, you're setting your boundaries, you're showing up, you're figuring out what consistency looks like for you. It doesn't have to look like Sally's, or it doesn't have to look like Michelle's. Like, it is what you make it, but you have to make time for it. You have to protect your time so that you can learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So that's all I have for today. It is Sunday. So take this as your opportunity, as your reminder to get out there. Start planning your week now. Like, write down some things you want to do for your business today and make sure you stick to that, because we did talk about how making promises to yourself. We talked about this past week. Make a promise to yourself, and it's non-negotiable. Don't negotiate with yourself, okay? Because you need to, if protecting your time is one of the promises, then put that in the comments. I'm protecting my time on this week, and I'm going to take at least one day or 2 hours. It doesn't have to be a whole day to work on my business, because I am protecting my time. This is the type of stuff that I work with people on in my 3-month program. So if you are interested in working with me, my website is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. We launch March 1st. I'm taking on 3 clients, and I'm going to take them through a program for 12 weeks where we work on all these things. We talk through these things. We talk through different mindsets so that we can help you confidently show up for your business consistently with whatever that looks like for you. So that is all I have. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great week, and I hope you had a great Sunday. And I want to hear what you're going to be protecting your time with on this week.